Hey guys, MCU Collector here with another figure review. Next up is the Hasbro Marvel Legends series, the Marvel Studios, or Marvel Animation now as it's called, Disney Plus series, Xmen 97. This is a continuation of the original 90s X-Men, the animated series. Here we have Cyclops. I got my set from toysnowman.com. Link in the video description below to my referral link, which will give you a 5% off coupon code for those first-time buyers or brand new accounts. The Cyclops figure is currently sold out, but there are other X-Men 97 figures that are currently available right now, so please check them out. toysnowman.com, link in the video description below. They are based in Canada, but do ship to the US, so go ahead and check out toysnowman.com. Here we have Cyclops. Awesome figure for sure. But the things that I don't like about this figure, I don't care for these head sculpts. I get the mad one where you could put in the blast effect. That one's okay. I don't like this regular one like at all. I really don't like it. You know what I like? I really like this one. This one is awesome. This is basically the same figure. This was the VHS figure. This one had like the Vulcan body mold and, you know, the new legs with the keyed in like straps, unlike the Bucky Cap old one where those straps kept falling and pissing everybody off. This is an awesome figure right here. Amazing figure. It was the VHS one. If you didn't get this one, like, why? I get it, maybe because the cell shading or whatever. You don't like the cell shading. Very few people like the cell shading, I would say, in comparison. But this right here is an amazing action figure release. Such a good one. The cell shading is fairly minimal. Yes, it's on there. You can see the lines and the legs and stuff like that. But such a good release. And then we have this one. It's supposed to be the same exact Cyclops, but he doesn't quite look the same. The head sculpts are different. They didn't even go with like the same one. This is supposed to represent the original 90s X-Men. This one represents the same Cyclops, just in the newer series. The animation obviously isn't perfectly identical to the original series, so that is also going to explain part of the design change. I just really don't like the way that one came out looking. I just really don't like it. So let's get it out of the package and then take a closer look at it. But looking at the card first, we get the artwork of Cyclops there. Looking at the back of the package, we have the entire wave. So far, I've looked at Goblin Queen, the X-cutioner, Magneto, and then from Toy Snowman, I was able to get Nightcrawler, which we just did the previous video, this Cyclops, and then Jean Grey to round out the wave. So there we go. Cyclops, Scott Summers. Let's check him out.
To me, my X-Men.
Alright, here's the Cyclops figure out of the package. And again, yeah, I'm happy with the figure itself. The head sculpts, we just really don't like. And we'll get in there for a closer look so you guys can see what I'm talking about. But the included accessories with Cyclops, as you can see, he has those two open hands. There he has a pair of fists as well. He has the one, like, two-finger hand so he can, like, point to his head as he's kind of making the adjustments on his visor or whatever. And we get this blast effect. This looks to be the same blast effect piece that came with the was it the X Factor Cyclops that was on the retro card, the white and blue suit? I think we had the same exact blast effect, and it works with this alternate head there. As you can see, he's kind of has the gritted teeth, the angry look to it. There is the hole in there so you could peg the blast effect in there. You do get a little bit of red paint in there, so it kind of almost works as just like an angry face Cyclops, although it truly is, you know, like designed to have the blast effect coming out of it. And then you can see there, and that'll actually look really good. So we'll take a look at that as we get in for the closer look at the figure itself. But here he is, looking really good. You know, all things considered, it's just the head sculpt I don't like, and the hair I don't like. So let's get in for the closer look, and you can see what I'm talking about. Okay, up close look. Here is the Cyclops head. I don't like it. It just looks funny, like his face, the way it's turned, he looks younger. It just doesn't look the same. It just, something was thrown off about it. He's got this little grin, but I feel like his head, like, it's like sunken in over here, just came out a little bit weird. And then the way they do the hair, because it's based off of an animated series, a cartoon, the way that Hasbro has done hair for animated characters, it's a lot thicker. You don't get the full on details of the hair like you would do like on a comic figure. You could see more like sculpt work in the hair. We get less of that for the animated series figures. That doesn't necessarily bother me, but you see this little piece here that sticks out? Like, what was that necessary? Unless it really sticks out in the show, like, why even sculpt that? Because it just looks weird and funny to me. And of course, both of them have it because they both share the same exact hair sculpt. So as you can see there, it's just like that strand of hair on top is just kind of weird. Am I nitpicking? Yeah, absolutely. But you know what? I don't like it. This one, I'm cool with. This one, I like. This one, though, oh, man, I don't like it. So when we look at this one, this was the VHS box one. That one looks good. I like that one. That one looks really good. But then we look at this one and I'm like, I don't like it as much. But you know what? It is what it is. It is what it is. The blues are a pretty close match. I would say they're pretty close. You can swap out the heads. What difference that really makes, I don't know. Because then why swap it out when you could just do this one? Although this one does have the cell shading and stuff on there. So that does make a difference. And in fact, might as well just do it now. People are going to wonder. I think the blue does match just fine. The yellow itself matches quite nicely as well. You could do that, and then bam, you got a X-Men animated series without cell shading, except for the little bit of dark yellow there on that side. You don't see it on this side. The visor on the X-Men 97 version has a little bit of a translucent yellow color to the visor, so it's not this yellow that matches the straps. So that is something to kind of notate there. So I just thought I would point that out. And then one other difference in between these two figures, aside from, you know, the VHS one has cell shading, this one does not. If you look, there's some line work around the X logo, the X-Men logo there. See the lines that extend out from like the black X. The VHS version does not have that. Other than that, they're going to be the exact same, and then except, of course, you know, minus the cell shading. But yes, they are completely the same, all the same parts, everything like that. But here is the other head sculpt actually on there. And again, from far away, you could kind of fudge it, you know, without putting the blast effect in there. But the blast effect is cool. We like the blast effect. So when putting in the blast effect, as you can see, ports all the way into his face like so. And then bam, you know, he's blasting you with his optic blasts. They're concussive blasts. So there you go. So pretty cool effect. I'm glad that we got it now. We only had it on that X Factor one, and just, you know, we wanted it like on the Jim Lee style 90s X-Men costume, and now we have it. So boom, there we go. Not too shabby. So let's go ahead and go over the articulation now. Okay, so Cyclops' articulation, he can look up all the way, which is great. He can look down all the way as it is on a disc hinge. He can do side to side. No pivot going on in that neck. Shoulder, that is tight. That's a loose arm too. That's kind of weird. So it uses a slightly modified Vulcan upper body, and that's because of the keyed in portions to these straps. My left shoulder, oh man. Oh, there we go. Okay. So you can get the shoulders to go straight on out like so. Ooh, I don't like that because I am putting all kinds of stress on that bicep that looks to be a little loose in there. Not a fan of that. Anyway, full rotation in there. Ooh. You got the butterfly joint, so you can get the arm to go back a little bit. I wish you can actually get some more movement in there. It looks like it just kind of stops itself for whatever reason. And then crossbody, kind of with that butterfly going in the front, you can do some crossbody, as you can see there. Upper bicep swivel, double jointed pinless elbow, as you can see there. Wrists swivel, and they do hinge. Standard horizontal hinge on the open hands, the fists, as well as the visor adjustment hand. There, we have the ab crunch on Cyclops, so he can crunch forward that much. He can crunch back that much, like so. It's actually not a whole lot there. The strap is not one single piece. It's separate pieces in there, so that doesn't get in the way, and the ab can kind of move freely. I'm trying to think if this one was pretty limited there too. Yeah, sure enough, it was too. Okay, interesting. Waist swivel on this guy. Your legs can go out that far apart, which is good. He can't kick forward that high, not too shabby. The leg doesn't really go back. You got an upper thigh cut in there, right at the cut where these straps are kind of keyed in there. Double jointed pinless knee, like so. You got a calf swivel right there, mid calf. Foot hinges down. You get some hinge up, ankle pivot, peg holes at the bottom of the feet. So a little bit lacking in the ab, to be honest with you. The butterfly joints on the Vulcan body has been a little bit lacking. It feels like you should get more range of motion, but for whatever reason, there's things stopping you on the inside. Wade, Unparalleled Universe, Art with Toys Rick, they've done adjustments on there. I think Rick's kind of perfected it a little bit. I don't know how he does it, but he's got to open it up and trim some things in there. That's not something that I would do, because I would absolutely just destroy the figure and probably my fingers. But he's figured it out and has really made some adjustments with the Vulcan body to where you can really get a lot more range of motion going on in there. So if you ever need to do that, hit up Rick, Art with Toys, and I'm sure he can try and walk you through that. So yeah, there is Cyclops. Okay, so there's been a bunch of Cyclops figures. I'm not going to show you the full evolution of them, but in this particular 90s suit, the Jim Lee style, here is the evolution. The first one that we got was from the Warlock wave. Then we got this one, which was in the 3-pack Love Triangle, which had a Jean Grey and Tiger Stripe Wolverine. And then we got the VHS one with the cell shading. Now we have this one from X-Men 97 Wave 2. If you had this head sculpt on this one, that would be the best in my opinion. But as it stands now, I'm good with the VHS one because I just love that head sculpt much more than I like this one. But we do get a nice blast effect head sculpt with this new one that we didn't get on the other one. So hey, I'll take that. So if you missed out on this one or don't want to pay the extra cost to get that one, definitely pick this one up and maybe just use this head sculpt and not that one. Or maybe you're a fan of that one. I just really don't care for it, like at all. I think it's bad, but it's more character design issue. Although it does seem a little sunken in on his left side of his face. That might be a Hasbro sculpt issue. I don't know. You guys let me know what you think of that. Okay, so here is Wave 2 of the X-Men 97 figures. We have the X-cutioner, Nightcrawler, Goblin Queen, Magneto, and of course, this Cyclops. And then here we have all of the figures that have released from the X-Men 97. The last one to add in will be the next video, which will be Jean Grey. So as you can see how we have all the X-Men together. So as Cyclops would say, to me, my X-Men. So you guys let me know your thoughts down in the comments below. What do you think of this Cyclops figure? Am I crazy for thinking that this head sculpt right here isn't great? I'm just not in love with it. You guys let me know your thoughts in the comments below. If you let me know if you're going to pick up the wave, you're picking up Cyclops, you're picking and choosing, what you think of the show, the trailers that have released so far. I'm getting excited. Premieres on Disney Plus March 20th. I'm getting really excited again. Is it a continuation from the original X-Men, the animated series in the 90s? Takes place like 5 years after, which would be of the start, which came out in 92. So that's why X-Men 97. So I'm excited for it. You guys let me know your thoughts in the comments below. If you like this video, please do me a favor and hit that thumbs up button. Subscribe if you haven't already done so. Hit that join button to become a channel member. Show support. I greatly appreciate it. Thank you so much. And as always, thank you for watching.